Welcome to the Ask Ralph Show, where we answer your toughest financial questions. I'm your host, Ralph Estep Jr. Today, we're diving into a topic that affects us all, and you need to pay attention to today's episode. It's really important. That is common estate planning mistakes. Now, trust me when I say that avoiding these mistakes can make a world of difference to you and your family. So make sure you stay tuned and listen to what we have to say today, because this is going to be some vital information for you of things to avoid what we call our common estate planning mistakes.
Welcome to the Ask Ralph podcast, where listening to an experienced financial professional can help you make sense of confusing questions, current headlines, and industry trends about taxes, small business, financial decision-making, investment strategies, and even the art of proper budgeting, as Ralph makes the complex simple by sharing his real-world knowledge with all things financial. Now here's your host, Ralph Estep Jr.
You know, folks, estate planning is crucial for protecting your family's finances after you're gone. Now, none of us really want to talk about this, but it's an inevitability. It's about getting your financial affairs in order so that your assets and possessions are passed on to the right people or organizations you want to inherit them. It's all about making these decisions yourself. But did you know, and this is fascinating when I found this out, 2 of 3 Americans don't have an estate planning document. That's according to Caring.com's 2023 Wills and Estate Planning Survey. Shocking, isn't it? And what's even more surprising is that around a quarter of those without a will said they don't ever plan on creating one. Today, we're going to discuss 8 common estate planning mistakes you should avoid at all costs. So we're going to jump right into this. And like I said, this is not an easy topic to talk about, but it's a topic that we absolutely need to talk about. Now, I want to start off by saying I'm not an attorney. I don't play an attorney on TV. So the things we're going to talk about today, you want to follow up with a licensed attorney to help you fix these issues if you find yourself in these places. So what's the first mistake? Mistake number 1 is procrastination. Waiting for a medical diagnosis or health emergency before creating an estate plan is not the way to go. Learned this firsthand in my family this year when my mother got sick. Unfortunately, she passed in March, the glioblastoma brain tumor. But thank goodness she had her estate documents in place. You know, over 40% of Americans without a will admitted they plan on waiting for such circumstances, again, in this Caring.com survey. My friends, it's important. Don't wait. Get your estate plan in order now. You know, my mother had no idea that she was going to get sick and pass away as quickly as she did. And fortunately for my sister and I, you know, she had already put things into place. Let's jump to mistake number 2. And that's creating an estate plan on your own can lead to incomplete or error-filled documents that cause complications when you pass away. Consider hiring an experienced estate attorney who can help craft a comprehensive plan tailored specifically by you. Now, we had somebody leave us a message about this very issue.
Hi, Ralph. I've been thinking about creating my own estate plan using online templates. Is it really worth hiring an attorney?
That's a great question. While online templates may seem convenient and cost-effective, truthfully, they often lack the necessary customization and legal expertise. Estate planning documents that are incomplete or contain errors can cause complications down the line. This is not an area where you want to scrimp and save. Hiring an estate attorney ensures that your plan is comprehensive and legally sound. Plus, many estate attorneys offer free initial consultations to help you get started. So let's talk about mistake number 3. Leaving loved ones uninformed about your intentions can create confusion and unnecessary stress in the future. You need to sit down with relevant family members and heirs and have an open conversation about your estate plan. We had another caller leave us this message.
Hi, Ralph. I'm worried about potential conflicts among my family members after I'm gone. Any advice?
You know, the truth is that really is a valid concern. My wife and I faced this same concern just recently when we had updated our, end of life estate documents, and we shared them with our oldest son. And, he actually went through them, and it was kind of comical because he didn't realize the breadth of what was involved in his estate plan. But I think it's really important to do that. So sharing your estate plan with your family and heirs can help prevent confusion, conflict, and unnecessary stress in the future. It's important that you have an open conversation about your intentions. Everyone will be on the same page when it comes to distributing assets. And folks, don't forget to keep copies of your estate plan accessible. Mistake number 4 is keeping estate planning documents in a safe or safe deposit box that's difficult to access. Make sure to provide a copy of your estate plan to your appointed executor or trustee, a trusted family member, and your estate lawyer for safekeeping. Now, mistake number 5, let's move on to that, and that's missing key documents in your estate plan can create confusion, even disputes among heirs when you pass away. It's essential to ensure that your plans includes these essential documents. Now, listen again. I am not an attorney. I am not giving you legal advice. You need to consult with an attorney. But when I saw how many people don't have these documents, I thought it was really important to share this information. But again, meet with an attorney and get these documents in order. What are these essential documents? Well, the first one's a last will and testament. This document outlines your final wishes for asset distribution. The second thing is beneficiary designations. And this is really important, and this is something you don't have to have an attorney for. And that's assigned beneficiaries for accounts like 401ks, IRAs, pensions, and life insurance policies. I've dealt with this in my practice where somebody had an investment or an insurance policy and they didn't name a beneficiary, and it created all kinds of issues. The next document's a durable power of attorney for medical care. You really want to appoint someone who can make medical decisions on your behalf if you become mentally incapable. We went through this with my own mother, and it was so reassuring to know that she had left an advanced medical directive so that when the doctor told us about her grim, expectation of life, we knew what decisions were already made because she had already decided on those things. Another thing is a durable financial power of attorney. That's where you assign someone to manage your assets if you become incapacitated. It's another very important document to have. How about funeral instructions? And a lot of people don't think about this, but funeral instructions are really important. You want to specify burial or cremation preferences and the type of funeral service desired. You may even think about, going and pre-planning those. We just did that for my mother-in-law. She's got dementia. And we wanted to make sure that, first of all, she had the assets to cover what she wanted as a funeral, but to make sure all those arrangements were in place. You want to provide proof of identity. You want to gather important documents like your Social Security card, birth certificate, marriage and divorce certificates, and prenuptial agreements. And then finally, you want to make sure you put aside deeds or loans for large assets, collect paperwork for properties, boats, and other significant assets. So let's move on to mistake number 6. Mistake number 6 is overlooking digital assets. In this digital age, many people forget to account for their online presence when creating an estate plan. Considering assigning a digital fiduciary in your estate plan who has the right to access your digital assets when you pass away. We got another call about this very topic.
Hi, Ralph. I have a lot of cryptocurrencies and online accounts. How do I include them in my estate plan?
This was another excellent question. Including digital assets like cryptocurrencies, social media accounts, cloud storage, and digital files in your estate plan is crucial. Look, we live in that kind of age, my friends. Assigning a trusted individual as a digital fiduciary ensures that these valuable online possessions are properly managed after you're gone. Now, I think it's Facebook. I don't remember a few months ago, they let you, I want to call it a legacy contact or something like that. So that if something happens to you, someone can access your account. Now, folks, don't forget to review and revise your estate plan regularly. Mistake number 7 is failing to update your plan after a major life event such as a marriage, divorce, birth of children or grandchildren, or acquiring new assets. Failure to do so can lead to unintended consequences like passing assets on to unintended beneficiaries. Mistake number 8, appointing the wrong executor or trustee can cause problems during the administration of your estate. It's essential to choose individuals who are unbiased and get their permission before assigning them as executors or trustees. You don't want to just drop that on them. This is something you want to have a conversation with them. In my own personal life, when we decided to appoint our son to handle this, our oldest son, we had a conversation with him. We said, listen, son, are you prepared to make these decisions? Are you prepared to handle this? Remember, folks, avoiding these common mistakes is crucial for protecting the financial well-being of your loved ones after you're gone. Don't leave it up to chance. You have the power. You might not have the power to control your own passing away, but you do have the power to control how things are handled with your assets. So before we wrap up today's episode on common estate planning mistakes, I want to remind you all about our podcast page at www.askralphpodcast.com. Be sure to share this episode with friends and family who could benefit from this valuable information. And while you're there, leave us a review or even send us a voicemail like I talk about in the bottom right corner, there's a little microphone icon. Click on that, send us a voicemail just like these people did today with any questions you'd like for us to answer or comments about this show. And a special thanks, as always, to our sponsor, Saggio Accounting Plus, experts in financial management that you can trust. That's all for today, folks. Stay tuned for more episodes of the Ask Ralph Show where we tackle your toughest financial questions. Until next time, keep asking Ralph.
Thank you for joining us on the Ask Ralph podcast. And with a simple click to subscribe, we'll invite you back to our next episode. And remember, financial issues don't have to be complicated. Just ask Ralph. The information contained in this episode of Ask Ralph is based on data available as of the date of its release. Saggio Accounting Plus and Ask Ralph Media, Inc. is under no obligation to update this content if changes occur. Applying this information to your specific situation requires careful consideration of all facts and circumstances, and any information provided is not to be considered as financial, tax, or legal advice. Please consult your tax advisor or attorney before acting on any material covered.